It's a lot. And mostly with knapsacks too. That's what I was looking at to count how many had knapsacks. I'd say upwards of like 70% of them on the one side had knapsacks on. So if you want to say that's coincidence when they're sending them constantly wearing that, okay. But I see a little bit too much of that for it to be coincidental. I know it's a common thing that people wear, but there's way too many of them wearing it. They do use U of Ottawa students those too, but no, it's right. No, see, except for the LC transpo goon positioned out there. AR-58285. Guy in the red jacket. Check out where he is. Okay. Notice the guy in the red there. So same as the guy where he was positioned by the door back here. I'll show you here. Just turn back here for a second. I'll show you from here where he is now. Okay, so check this out, right? One here. It's gonna show down here. One here. And same thing in the middle of the street on the right there. Same thing in there too. Let's show it from here. Second now. They're just paying him to sit there staring at a phone, as you can see. Typical public service worker. Yeah, he's holding it up here. And then here. The guy in the red there, he seems to be just standing in the middle of the sidewalk as well. So then one there. And then look what's across the street, huh? Fancy that. This is the same location where the cops set up that street theater skit last, well, I guess it was last summer. With the fire department and the 3 cops and the ambulance. Setting up a fake call right in front of the CBC. Yeah, Parliament, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna move along here. Let's see if the guy's still in the middle of the... Looks like he's got the phone. Oh yeah, check it out. It's the same. Okay, look at where he is. Just standing in the middle of the sidewalk, okay? So, we're gonna reiterate here. See here. And see here. Notice where he is, right? No one else is here, okay? We'll check this guy out. So that's the direction where I would be going, so they know that? Okay, so we'll wait it out and see how long that skit's gonna go on here. And this one here as well, before we see the cops on this side here. So this is where I exit, just so you see this here, right? There's not many people around the street. This is right the doors where they knew I was gonna exit. There's there. This is the direction where they knew I was gonna be going. And you can see where he is, right? Wearing the red costume that they're told to wear. So, and then you got your public servant sitting here getting paid to sit on a cell phone doing nothing, making over $100,000 a year to sit there staring at a phone. Of course, OC Transpo. This is an act too. This is some act going on here now. They have all these actors who they... Still there? Still there. Okay, look at that. Now what on earth is that guy possibly doing? Right? That's just the direction where they know I'm going to go. So again, I'm going to show you again. I exited those doors there. We got someone else waiting in the doors. So standing and not moving. And then down here where they knew I was going to go. And then here as well. So surveillance on all sides here. Basically, no movement from this person at all. Just standing like there like an idol. And then the weird one down here is all just theater on this side as well. I'll show you from here. You see, still there. He's just looking over to see when I'm going to start moving. Noticing that? It's meant to stand out to me, as you can see. It's all an actor. And then here. Hasn't moved his face from the screen of the phone. I mean, hasn't turned his face away from the screen of the phone since I exited. Oh, he's moved over now. The guy in the red outfit. Just wait here a second here. And then check this out here. Basically all sides surveillance here. This is probably one of the people who have pretending to be homeless here, who are the cops using their drug running operation here, just standing there staring at me again. So you got him there. Oh, Mr. Transpo Man's moving after all that time staring at his phone. Then you got the CBC over there. And you got this here still. Okay. And then let's see if the guy down there has moved along yet. No, he's still there too. Okay, now he's got a bag that he's putting something in. So he wants to make it look like it's just... What was he doing? Taking pictures of the sky for that long? You know what I mean? It's all an act, just so I see it. And then Mr. Drug Runner over there. Oh, he's gone in now. Okay. Let's see if we got anything else. Oh no, he's still wandering around here. Notice his attention is turned toward me too. I've never seen this guy in my life. I don't think he's even homeless. I think it's all an act. And then there's this one right there. There's a lot more activity down here than would normally be on a set. Oh, okay, of course. So he pulls the camera through to make it look like he's taking pictures. It's all an act. Just have him standing there in the middle of the street. Looks like the other guy moved along. And the surveillance role player is still here. Smoke number 5. Okay, that knows. Now we've okay. Yeah, notice where he's positioned now. So an act here too. And this happens to be right at the exact location where I've just come out the doors. And he's going to take footage of the CBC building, I guess. He's going to stand back here for a second. Right here. Let's kind of wait. So both, this is just like I come out. And Saturday mornings there's usually nobody here in Ottawa. So he happened to be doing, first he wasn't doing photography, first he was just standing in the middle of the street. Now he comes over to the exact location where I was standing to stand in front of me and start snapping pictures of the TTC build, or the, excuse me, CBC building. No fake coughing yet though, so. Just showing you this act, this as soon as I come out. There's been no movement at all, no movement of the face from the phone from this guy. Oh, he briefly looked up. So I guess he intends to spend his entire Saturday just standing there holding up the phone. Let's just film how long this goes for. Now you'll notice the guy in the red jacket, he positioned himself, of all the places he could go, he's positioned in the middle of the street as soon as I exit. He then comes directly over to me. Is he gonna? Yeah, he's gonna go to the CBC like I thought. Exactly. So they use them as well, right? Why would he be taking pictures of his own building from the outside? Okay. Let's try from here. Oh, he's trying to go in. Yeah, see, he's with the CBC. So they had him positioned just standing there in the middle of the sidewalk there. And then he comes back over to stand in front, right in front of where I was standing, to pretend to take pictures of his own building. Okay. And then there's this too. Like, it's one thing when you use the police there just as I step out. Police car number 20 as I step out, and then as soon as I step out of the room, that guy's coming out as well. And they had him the other night as soon as I was going to leave for work. He's also coming in to stand there. So police there turning into probably where I'm going to... Oh no, they're turning into the motel. So this, as soon as I leave, yeah, no police showing up here today. I just want to see if I put that other secondary pair of glasses in here just in case. These ones should give out while I just walk over to the store here because they've been on for a little bit. These ones since I came home. So as I came home in there, I just put all the groceries I got into the fridge and then come out right away. That guy's coming out at the same time. It's what is it now? It's between 8 and 8:30 a.m. anyway. And so the Gatineau police have gone in here to park in that motel to stake the place out as I go, just to be there while I go down to the store here, so they can just sit there while I go down to the store. So I'm just gonna show you from here. They pulled out just as I came out of the house too. So we're gonna put more videos up this weekend, and I probably will anyway. Let me see. I have to go there and edit some of the stuff, but. Yeah, that guy. Okay, so what's going to happen this afternoon is when I start to edit the video, well, maybe not right when he'll go out there for like 4 to 5 hours, and like, okay, people cook, right? But like, just it's the same thing everywhere I've lived. They'll have them just smash utensils down. I don't really pay it as much mind here because I can drown it out with the earphones on, so it doesn't really do as much. But I notice he's doing it because whenever I take the earphones off briefly, he'll be out there and he just stands there and just. Of course people are going to cook, that's fine. But like nobody just sits there banging pots and pans together and just like tapping utensils for like 4 hours. No one does that. No one normal anyway. So that's been going on everywhere I've lived for like, since 2021 actually, with those same routines, with the excessive noise in the kitchen area. Okay, so it's going to move down here and then turn and then cross from the other side there. The police are waiting in the motel here, so that's why I just wanted to go across. Okay, so they're waiting in the parking lot of the motel. They know I'm going to the store here, right? The Quickie Mart. So they've just parked in the motel parking lot just to sit there as I go down here the whole time. Because there's no crime here, there's absolutely nothing for them to do other than do this intimidation crap that they do. So they pulled into there, I think, the motel. It looked like they did anyway. I don't know if they cut around to the back street there and went out, but I saw them pull in there. So this is where I was going to go, the Quickie Mart down the street here. And they're pulling out right away. As soon as I exit the room there too, as you saw, that guy's opening his door and coming out to. He walks up to the kitchen and like brings up I don't know, something of water, and then goes back in to his unit and just leaves the door open and idles with the door open creepily. That was right as I stepped out again, as you saw, and same thing's been going on again since 2021 everywhere I've lived. But they try to switch it up a bit here at this place. Let's see if they're back there. Maybe they pulled around to the other side. I don't see them there now. I don't see them. Let me just take a look on this side here. Oh yeah, they're right there. Yeah, see? So this is just, they've just been told to stay there as I go down to the store here. Let's see how long they sit there. They're just sitting there doing nothing at the back of the motel. And as you saw, they drove up just as I came out too. Just as I came out there. This is car number 20, Gatineau Police. Haven't seen as much of them recently, but they're starting with them again. They'll switch it up intermittently because I'm going to 2 provinces on a weekly basis. This person here is probably going to stop here as well. The one they got here, he'll stop here. Yeah, see right there. I'm just standing in the bus shelter to make it, just so I can get a view of them, just to show you they're doing nothing. That's what the store where I'm going, right? The Quickie Mart. So just so they're right in the area as I go up there, they've just driven up here just to sit here. And the other guy's coming out right away as soon as I exit. And the other night, what was it, Wednesday night, he came out as well, just to stand there and, well, he was cooking, right, the other night, so there's a little bit more plausible deniability in that. But this afternoon, he's going to spend like 4 to 5 hours just smashing things down, and usually I'll turn the recorder on when he does that, just to record the noise. And then I put earphones on, so it doesn't bother me as much because, yeah, now they're driving on, right? No one got out there, they didn't even get out. So they're just coming here. See, that's where the store where we're going, right there, the Quickie Mart, and that's where they were positioned. They were just told to position themselves there. You saw them drive up just as shortly after I came off the property there. Right there. They probably pulled around to the back, so because they know that. I mean, view from there. Let me see if we can see them from. Yeah, oh no, they're backing out again here now. Car number 20. They didn't do anything there. They didn't even get out of the car. They just pulled up there just to idle there. So we saw the Ottawa police doing the same nonsense this week. And police in 2 provinces, car number 20 here. They didn't get out, they just pulled in there to pull their acting skit. What are you going to do? Pull over and ask me, say that I'm looking at you again, like the ones in Ottawa did? Yeah, nice mustache there, Freddie Mercury. Guys look like they're like 16 years old. They'll hire anyone here to be cops. Now let's see if they're going to go into the Quickie Mart where I'm going to go. So they didn't even get out of the car there. They just pulled in there just to do that intimidation skit. Oh no, now they're going to where I'm going to go, right? That's where I'm going to go, the Quickie Mart, as I just told you. So now they're going to pull into the pizza cafe. They pulled in there to do nothing. Now this is where I was going to go, so you just see they've just pulled in there just to sit there. Car number 20. So initially they pulled in there. This is all I'm trying to do is go to the store. You can see this is clear intimidation. That's not open where they pulled in, the pizza cafe. It's obviously not open. It's just like 8, I think it's like 8:30 something a.m. or around there. So this is first thing. As soon as I get home, they're doing this. As soon as I come back out. Okay, I'm going to walk down here. So down this side here. See how long I'm going to stay here. This is where as I told you, this is where I intended to go. So, because they knew that I was going to record if they stayed there too long, they're going to have a bunch of community-based agents milling around here too who work with them. So, I'll just go over here. Car number 20. I think I caught their faces, but it was, I don't know how well it'll turn out in the footage because it's at a bit of a distance. The officers, like usual, look like they're, you know, no older than their early 20s. So they're just pulling in here just to sit here in the pizza cafe parking lot. The store's not even open. It's just to intimidate me as I go up to the Quickie Mart here. I'll show you how they get paid to do absolutely nothing. This is what community policing is here. Attempting to intimidate people as they go out for a walk. It's also to try to draw me over. I'm just going to stand right here. So this is where I was headed. I'll show you. I'm going to move up here a little bit. Just stand at a distance so they don't start trying to make something up. So again, 3.5 years of menacing and intimidation by these violent, mentally unstable, incompetent rubes that work for this police organization here. Just grown men who conduct themselves like children with the intellect of children. And very prone to violence because they lack self-control and they lack you know, as a lot of people with lower IQs have a lot limited self-control, limited self-restraint like these people. So yeah. Actually, you know what? Here's what I'm going to do. I'll show you here. So that was my intention to go into the Quickie Mart there. This is all just intimidation. You can see there's no one else here, right? Absolutely no one else here in the area here. Daniel Rogers and CSIS sending these low IQ thugs with their pedo Freddie Mercury mustaches because they all have to look the same, talk the same, dress the same, no individual thought process. So they got their creepy mustaches in the exact same way too. Okay, so what I'm going to do, okay. So they have a bunch of people, as you know, whenever you record them, they have people who work with them who are told to swarm around you. There wouldn't be as much traffic here normally on a Saturday at all. This is just a flood of cars that wouldn't ordinarily be here. They probably repositioned themselves there thinking that I'd go over closer to get to... I'm not going to record them from too close. I'm just going to show you that they're there doing nothing and that they pulled up there just to sit there. Obviously that's the death. They know where I'm going. They know exactly where I'm going. So it's threatening and intimidation, and it's going to go on Twitter and it's going to go on all of the YouTube sites, of course, when I complete the editing. Like I said, they're going to have that guy, the guy who came out, as soon as I opened the door, they're going to send him out to slam things down and make noise today. So when he does that, I'll record that also. Might start adding some of that. Actually, let me go around this way, okay? I'm just going to go around this way. And, yeah, there's way more traffic than there would ordinarily be here on a regular day. Actually, you know what? Hold it from here. You can see them from here very well. Let's from that side there. Yeah, right from here. So they just pulled in just where I'm going to go into the store. They've been told to stay there the whole time that I'm out, so I'm just going to record from here. However long it takes. So from here. Three and a half years of harassment and intimidation from these people. Nothing there's open. They're just parking there to sit there and do nothing. So ask yourself again, why are you paying the police to do this? Why are you paying the police to stalk people, to intimidate people, and to just sit there doing nothing? This isn't doing anything for any community at all. It's just harassment. It's just them sitting there doing nothing. Yet no one really speaks out about it because they're so insulated. That's because this system's in place, right? Where they've enlisted so many people, and you've got to be able to see that there's no way this could take place. There's no way people would accept this type of behavior from people who are supposed to protect them unless some sort of deal has been made, right, to enlist those people, to use materialism, you know. And so obviously that's the case. We know that in this country, and all the Canadian media works to lie to insulate this system that they have of communitarianism in this country. It's all lies, and they veil it. They veil the police drug trafficking, the police corruption, the police criminality, behind all these staged skits they put on their controlled media and the news. It's all lies on the news, all lies. And you always have to ask, is this even real? Are they staging it? Because these people will stage anything. They'll exploit the deaths of their own children, pretend that their own children died, and exploit that. And of course they get paid when they do these things too. The people who they've enlisted will often get new homes for doing these things. That's what they did with the people in Sandy Hook. And there's very clear evidence that a lot of those people are still alive. The people who they use, well, all of them, really. You can even find them, okay? But YouTube doesn't want that stuff put out there, so we won't talk too much more about that. But anyway, that's not just, you know, a one-off thing. All of their psyops like that are completely fake. So they're going to start sending people, you know, the traffic's picking up right now, based on this here. Guy from the store looks like he's over by the door too. I'm just going to back up a little bit here and just record them from here. The reason they knew I was at the bus shelter there, so there's a little bit more, looks a little bit more natural. I'm just standing at a distance. They're just there because I came out to go to the store here. And that's all, that's the only reason. Let's see if I can go around and get a glance from here. I was going to go around that way, but it's all road on that side though. That's the only thing. Yeah, my intent was just to come in here to go to the store. As soon as I exit, that guy comes out, the other guy, tenant who lives there, and then step outside and just start walking, and these people drive up. First they pull into the motel. When they saw I was going to stop there and record at the distance from the bus shelter, they move on. And there's way more traffic than there would ordinarily be here on a Saturday at this hour. So they're texting, probably telling a bunch of people to come around and where I am. Actually, let me go around. We'll see if they're still there. I'm going to walk around from this way and see if we can get a vantage point from there. I'm not going to go up too close because then they'll start, you know, doing their usual lying and making things up. That I'm interfering with them while they're sitting in a parking lot doing nothing. It's two officers who look like they're, I don't know, no older than 20 years old, both of them. Because they'll hire anyone here. So there we go here too. And you see the flood of people. This would not normally be like this on a Saturday. I have footage from, was it 2 weeks ago when I came out here, and there was like no one around. At around a similar time. I think this might be a little bit later than that, but maybe a half an hour later. But so CSIS has started to utilize these thugs more now too, because they switch it up between the Ottawa police and these buffoons here. Let me see if I can just walk over to this side here. It's not much of a sidewalk, it's just all mud. So yeah, I'm just going to stand over here on this side here. Stand over here. See, they're just parked there. This is where I was going to go. So they're just there to threaten and intimidate. You saw the
Notice
Ottawa
how
cop
he
again trying to
immediately goes
gaslight
to the usual script
as
that
well.
they're told to repeat and say,
bunk
"Are
he's
you
going on
okay?"
about
This
that.
is the exact same script
Because I
that they've
looked
been
at him.
saying for
I mean,
5
people
years
look
with these
at the
cops
police
who
all
they
the
send
time.
to stalk.
Does he
And
stop
they'll
everyone who
often
looks at
start
him?
off the
Ridiculous. He
conversation
didn't
with that
stop me,
precise
but
sentence, "Are you okay?" As well as the provocateurs who
trying
they
to,
send,
you know,
they
trying
tell
to do
them
the
they get
conversation to
coaxed
try to
and
gaslight
told
and invert
to say,
things.
"Are you
Let's go
okay?"
back from
So
here.
I've shown that in many videos
There's
where they
the,
say that. So
Stalker
what does he say
standing
right
outside.
away as soon as he drives up?
I hope
"Are
he
you
sees me
okay?"
told.
You'll notice also
Going
that
down as
he
well.
immediately begins the conversation
Yeah,
in
this isn't
English.
private property
Now,
here.
no one who lives around here in Hull is going to start a conversation in English if they don't know someone. They're going to assume that you speak French as your first language. So this further proves that this guy knows exactly who I am, and he knows that I primarily speak English. Otherwise, why would he start the conversation that way? He would have started it in French, yet he's immediately speaking English, while he later claims that we have no idea who you are. Well, he certainly knew that I spoke English, and no one starts a conversation in English around here. So that's further proof that they know exactly who I am, and this is all just nonsense and lies from them here, reciting the usual gaslighting
No
script.
individual thought at all in the police or the military or the fire department. You're either going to act as one, as part of the collective mob, or you're going to be excluded. That's all there is to it with these organizations. They know I'm standing over here too. Oh, he probably, well, they already know anyway where I am because they have these tracking technologies now. So I'm not on the property here anyway. I'm just on the edge of the road here. So I'm not on anyone's property. From here. That's what the police are paid to do in Gatineau. Just menace and intimidate people and do nothing. It's not policing at all. It's not policing. It's not. It's just criminality, and it's just an embarrassment, really. And I've got, as you've seen my footage, I've got here. I've got 3.5 years of this. It's going to be 4 years in this summer. Here, and then another full year in Toronto of the same things. Okay. Now he was pretending that he didn't see that I was standing here before, and now he just turns over and just starts looking now to do the whole fake suspicion thing. What are you standing there for? Okay, look, I'm on the road here. This is not private property, so. Just sitting there doing nothing. It's all about and then any interaction, they'll probably pull up to me and say, why are you standing here? Why are you watching us? None of your business. I'm not even near you. I'm just showing the viewer this is what they do, and they're just here to menace and intimidate because I was going to the store there. You saw them how they showed up just after I came out, and they've been doing the same thing for 3.5 years. So more than that now. It's good. Well, this summer it'll be 4 years in Gatineau, and but they took a bit of a break here. I didn't see as much of them, and yeah, keep staring over mustache. Can't think for yourself, can't dress yourself, put your military camouflage clothing on that they tell you to wear. Be obedient to the state, Mr. Mustache. They have to have the same look, the same pedo mustache, the same, I'm not trying to say that anyone has a mustache, but you understand, it's just a certain look, right? It's just that same creepy look. A lot of them have like that you know, that curled up mustache where it's like a Wild West kind of look. I guess that you'd see like a Wild West gunslinger. They have them with that too. A lot of them, the cops, where they'll have that curled up mustache, like the pitcher Rolly Fingers used to have years ago. I don't know if anyone's familiar with that. That's an obscure reference. He was a relief pitcher for the Oakland A's and San Diego and Milwaukee, and he had like this weird mustache. Okay, they gone now. Let's see where they went here. Or did they pull over here? Oh no, they're moving up that way, okay. See, this is to try and see if I'm going to move when they move. So now they've moved up here. So let's stand back here. So it's at a different angle. They've been told to stay here the whole time before I go into the store, as you know. And then they as you know already, anyone who knows what's going on with these things knows they're told to play dumb and make it seem like they're just there. Nothing's open there. They didn't get a call there. There's nothing open in that plaza at all. They're just sitting there staring at their phones. and they've been told to stay there until I go into the store, and then probably time their drive away when I leave. That's why I'm just standing here. So they've repositioned themselves 3 times since they pulled up next to me after I came out. This is probably so they can write some false nonsense report that I'm monitoring them or whatever, right? And I'm just standing here because you know why they've been sent here, so they'll probably do something like that to try to write a false report. And it's obvious why they're here, so the viewer sees why they're here. The viewer knows, if you've watched my material, that they've been doing these things for an extended, long time, these people. And they're just trained to lie. And they're not very good liars either. They just stick to a script, like that Ottawa cop the other night. As soon as I brought up the fact that one of their officers had attacked me for nothing, violently attacked me, then he wanted to end the conversation, because he knew that was true. He already knew about my videos as well. And so he'd been just told to try and, he was just there to try and get me to get angry, or to evoke some angry response. So I'll just show you from here. See how long I might have to switch the glasses. We'll see how long they're going to stay there. As you see, no one's exited the car yet. Neither of the cops have gotten out since they pulled up alongside me. This is what they're paying them to do, just to sit there. Now there's suddenly more traffic coming along here when there wasn't anything either this early in the morning. And if they try to pull any BS about why you're watching me or whatever, I've been stalked by you for 3.5 years, so I'm just noting this from my own documentation. I'm not even near them, I'm at a distance. So just to put that out there for the record, if they try to say anything like that, or try to go to their old scripts for gaslighting, it's just the same old tiresome routine they try to do. And these are community-based agents. There was nobody coming down this road either. Now there's suddenly a lot of traffic picking up now. Okay, now they're going. Just going to see here if they pulled out, or they might just move down that way. I'm just going to take a look. I want to keep watching them wherever they're going from a distance, because they've been told basically to stay in the area until I go to the store. So I'm just going to show you that. They didn't have anyone else pull in here. Notice that no one else pulled in here while I was in here. Now they're going to probably pull in here. Now they're pulling back in again. Looks like.
Notice how he immediately goes to the usual script that they're told to repeat and say, "Are you okay?" This is the exact same script that they've been saying for 5 years with these cops who they send to stalk, and they'll often start off the conversation with that precise sentence, "Are you okay?" As well as the provocateurs who they send, they tell them they get coaxed and told to say, "Are you okay?" So I've shown that in many videos where they say that. So what does he say right away as soon as he drives up? "Are you okay?" You'll notice also that he immediately begins the conversation in English. Now, no one who lives around here in Hull is going to start a conversation in English if they don't know someone. They're going to assume that you speak French as your first language. So this further proves that this guy knows exactly who I am, and he knows that I primarily speak English. Otherwise, why would he start the conversation that way? He would have started it in French, yet he's immediately speaking English, while he later claims that we have no idea who you are. Well, he certainly knew that I spoke English, and no one starts a conversation in English around here. So that's further proof that they know exactly who I am, and this is all just nonsense and lies from them here, reciting the usual gaslighting script.
I couldn't hear you. I didn't
Are you
understand.
okay?
Why would I not be okay?
I don't know, you're staring at us from this way.
Yeah, it's not illegal. Yeah, it's not illegal to stare at you. I've been stalked by your organization for 3.5 years. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Are we stalking you?
Let me finish what I'm going to say. I have video evidence of your organization stalking me for 3.5 years for CSIS. So you don't listen.
I don't even
So-
know you, man. Okay? So you can go about your day.
No, I can stand where I want to. That's a public
You
area.
can't stand there, but you have better things.
I can, no. What happens is I'm walking over to the store here. You showed up right when I left to go to the store. As soon as I come out, you're driving up alongside.
While we're watching,
As soon as I start to talk, you interrupt me. Do you want to have a conversation, or do you want me to just?
no, I just want to know what's your matter.
What do you mean? What's my matter? There's no There's no matter at all. I want to go to the store without having police show up.
I
For
don't
three and
care
a,
about you,
it's-
man. I'm
again,
not
again.
watching you.
This is what you're taught to.
I'm not watching you.
This
I'm
is
watching
this
you
is what you're
follow.
taught to do, is to talk over people because you know you're wrong.
Yeah.
You don't have integrity. You lie. You're trained to lie. That again, that's what you're doing right now.
What's your name, man?
I don't have to tell you anything. You know my YouTube channel.
I don't know.
You absolutely do. You showed up right as I pulled out. I have evidence online of 3.5 years of these same activities. So you can shake your head. I know you're trained to do that. But if you want to have a conversation, it's not going to go well for you without talking over people like you do. You can't have an honest conversation. You can just lie.
Can't we see you because you're stalking us? We're right there, right there.
That's nonsense, sir. I can walk wherever I want to. I've explained to you. I've explained to you why I was doing that, because you've shown up everywhere I've gone.
Have a good day.
Every single time I talk. Yep, keep interrupting
Have
me.
a good day. Bye.
Okay. No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to go stand over there. I came over here to go to the store. If you didn't show up, I would have just went to the store.
Is that what you want to do
I-
with your
I-
day? Go do it.
No, you can stop terrorizing me and harassing me. That's what you can do.
We're not here for you.
You're not intelligent enough. You're not intelligent enough
Hey, listen,
to
okay? Do you
see.
know what's that?
Keep talking over me.
Do you know
Keep
what's
keep
that
talking over me.
there?
What do you mean? Do you know what's that?
What's this building over there?
The building here?
No, the building. This.
It's the motel. You're talking about the
Okay,
motel?
We're watching the motel, so mind your business. We're not watching you. Okay?
Buddy,
we don't care about you.
The
I don't even know who you
first
are.
of all,
Okay,
that's
so
that's
go
what you
about
would
your
say.
day.
That's what you would say.
Bye,
That's what you would
have a
say.
good day.
I'll go about my day. I'll walk where I want to walk, as long as you're around. You're not watching the motel. I'll walk where I want to walk. They're not watching the motel. You know that very well if you've seen my footage. And you notice how he always has to talk over you because they're not intelligent. And this is a witness here who they've sent here. I'll just show you from here. This is a witness here who was probably recording the thing. Okay, so he's gone now. You can see, and you can see all they can do is talk over people. Exactly. That's what they're going to say. Of course, we're watching the motel. Why aren't you doing that regularly then, right? Why aren't you doing that regularly? It's not their routine. And the guy here, I'll just show you here. This guy here in blue is another. Notice how he came in just while they were there to probably record me and create some fake thing about it too. Again, I'm just across the street. I'm not on any public property. He's just there staring at a phone. He's another community-based agent who was sent over there. Yeah, they're not intelligent. You can just tell. All they can do is talk over you. And the guy's, what is he, like 21 or something like that? And they're just itching to get aggressive and violent too. So. And as soon as you start to talk to them about the facts, they just talk over you, right? That's the thing. This guy didn't even go into the store. He didn't get out of his car or anything. He's just there sitting there watching the interaction. Probably was recording it to try to gaslight. I bet you what he's going to do, this guy. He probably recorded the interaction. They're going to cut bits of it out to make it look like I didn't scream at them or anything. I spoke a little, assertively, but I didn't shout at them. That's just their game. That's what they do, okay? And, of course, CSIS tells them they cannot admit that they're there to do it. It's obvious. You saw when they showed up. And, so there it is. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to go in here now.